Hey, how you doing? Sorry you can't come through, but don't you leave your name and your number. Okay, just leave your comment down below and I'll get back to you. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Tlangi. I'm in high spirits today. Woke up with a lot of energy. Hopefully some of this energy will transfer to where you are. Receive it, receive it. Oh my goodness. Anyway, welcome to my channel. Today's video is about moving on. I love doing videos like this, especially because you know it's those things that you learn along the way. For me, I've really put in a lot of effort into moving on because I've been, I don't want to use the word stuck, also because of power of the tongue, so I don't want to say that I'm stuck. I think I've been going back and forth and trying to move on from my previous relationship. I've been with a guy I think for 7 or 8 years, so can you imagine? Thank God I'm still young, so I've learned from my mistakes and will do so much better in the future. However, I can't just learn all this knowledge for nothing. I have to help someone out there navigate around letting go and moving on. So today I have 5 tips that I want to share with you guys on how to move on. This can be applicable in any kind of relationship. Doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be with a colleague that you thought was a friend, but whereas they're just a colleague or just an acquaintance, or it could be with that best friend that you thought is your best friend, but to them you are just a friend or just someone who's breathing. Anyway, most important thing is most times we fail to mourn the end of that era, the end of the phase, the end of the relationship, or the end of that person's presence in our lives. And I'm putting this as number 1 because without this step, the rest of the 4 steps are just going to fail dismally, or they're just not going to anchor well into each other, because this is the most crucial one. So mourn, bury, and release. Mourn it for as long as you want to mourn it, but don't take too long now. Mourn it until you feel like you've mourned enough and there is no mourning left in you. Then bury it. After burying it, release it. Some people light up candles. Some people will write a note of all the feelings that they had, all the anticipations which they had which were never met, all the expectations which never fell through. Some people just write it, put it in a balloon, let it fly through, and as it flies through, for them that is a release. Some people just literally bury, open up the ground, put all their feelings in there, all their painful feelings, all the anxious feelings, everything that took away from them, put it all in there, bury it, and that is how they find that release. So whatever it is that you have to do, mourn the loss of that person, the loss of that relationship, the loss of that friendship, the loss of the idea in your head, the loss of the dreams that you had, the loss in your vision boards, because some of us make vision boards and say, by this time I'm going to marry this person and we will be here and there and stuff like that. So mourn it, bury it, release it. Moving on to the second thing. Now you've mourned it, you've buried it, you've released it. What now? Because the person that is now left is yourself. You need to rebrand. So we often get stuck because we want to keep replaying who we were with that person, and you want to keep finding fault. So let's say it's a relationship that didn't work out and the other party mostly blamed it on you. So we tend to be stuck and replay it and be like, okay, this was Tlangi then, what was it about Tlangi? She did this, she did that, she did that, she did that, she's a bad person. So you get trapped in that replaying of the old version of who you were. And I admit that sometimes, yes, you could have been the one who was toxic. However, that doesn't mean that you do not have the right to move on and rebrand. Another thing with rebranding is that you start to discover things about yourself which you never knew existed. You now realize that, oh, okay, I have this skill, I have this talent, I have this passion for ABCD, and you now get excited about it. So you're now channeling your energy into something positive, something that directly enriches you, and something that puts your happiness and your peace first. For me, I am all for peace. If anything or any person does not bring me that in my life, I remove myself. You will try to reach me, you won't find me, because I just don't want that peace to be disturbed. I've been in phases where there was just a lot of chaos, and right now I appreciate the stillness like nobody's business. So do the same for you. Moving right along with the rebranding agenda, you need to start picking up new hobbies. So often if you're not meeting people, making new friends, interacting with different people who make us see life in a different way, we tend to get stuck for a longer period, or rather it's a bit difficult to move because you're just always in your own bubble. You're staying in your own bubble, you don't want to move. Every day you wake up, you replay what has happened, you replay the trauma, you replay the betrayal, and you just can't let go. And that is because your mind only knows to do that because it's in the same old environment. So you need to move out more, learn new things, go out, put yourself out there. You never know who you're gonna meet, you never know the friends you're gonna meet and stuff like that. So prioritize hobbies that you know are going to trigger your excitement, trigger your passion, as well as ignite curiosity in you. Have you ever been so curious about something that all the time you spent researching or trying to understand why the sky is blue or why wheels move the way that they do? You don't even have time to think about the betrayal or the past or anything like that because you're just so busy about something else. And it's so good because that's something else that you're busy about. It's something that feeds into you, feeds into your intelligence, it feeds into your general knowledge. So it's really a win-win situation, right? So stick to things that really make you happy, things that do not compromise your peace, and things that do not cost you your time. Number 4 is set practical goals to achieve for yourself. And this is really going to help give you that confidence boost. I mean, we all know when we've done something and you've accomplished it, and sometimes we even get praise for it, and it just sets us over the moon. You're so excited, you feel good about yourself. So put in small tasks that you want to accomplish and aim to get them done. Trust me, it's going to boost your confidence, it's going to boost how you present yourself. When you know that there is nothing that can stop you, nothing stands in your way, when you know that you have everything in you to do what you have to do, you surely move different. So to finish off today's list is something that most of us tend to overlook. Most times we dwell in the process of changing, rebranding, letting go, moving on and stuff like that, forgetting to write down what we now want in our next relationships, in our next workplace, in our next friendships. And if we are not clear with what we want, what we will not tolerate, what we can allow or what we can compromise on, we'll find ourselves dipping and dabbing because, you know, one foot is trying to be there, another one is over there, another one is trying to navigate this, and it's just a chaos. The next thing, everything just collapses. So I'm going to recommend that you write it down, or talk about it, or tell your friend, or tell someone that you trust, someone who's going to hold you accountable when you now move in a different direction opposite to what you said you wanted. So write down what it is you want in the next relationship or friendship or whatever the case might be. Write down what you're not going to tolerate, write down the boundaries and how you're going to act when someone crosses those boundaries, write down what you're going to compromise on and what you cannot compromise on, and most importantly, write down what you will not tolerate at all, so that when that thing presents itself to you, you quickly know what it is because you've written it down and you've analyzed it, and you understand that, oh, I cannot be in a situation that moves in this direction because that just don't align with my brand. Do take care and keep well. I will see you in my next video, and as always, remember to be kind. Bye.